Right. Okay, we're live.
Oh, we're live. Hey, everybody. So, y'all know who I am. And I have Miss Tiffany with me.
Hello, hello.
Okay. And if you guys don't know who Tiffany is, Tiffany has been working with W.I.N since the day we met her. Pretty much, we stalked her down, made sure that she was on our team. But Tiffany came into town in Atlanta. I got to meet her today for the first
From
time.
Chicago.
From Chicago, y'all. Y'all know how hard Chicago is out there. So she came into the Atlanta structure.
Okay.
All right. And I was able to really do an amazing walkthrough with Tiffany. She set this entire thing up, made sure that we have, all of our T's crossed and our I's dotted, moving towards the annual conference this year, our first one. So we will be meeting up for the first time. But before we actually go into the walkthrough, Tiffany, you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, Tiffany English. I am an event strategist, event professional, and so excited to be working on the first annual because there will be many of these conferences. And, just had Allegra by my side as we really mapped out what this event should look like, feel like, and it's just going to be amazing.
Yep, that part. I'm looking to see where we're live. So we are live. So I see everybody in there. I'm going to go ahead and shout out to everyone now. Make sure you drop your hearts. Let us know you're watching. Ask your questions too, because one of the things that I was telling Tiffany throughout this walkthrough, y'all, is that I literally was shocked that I had no complaints. Y'all know who I am, right? Y'all know. Like I'm looking for something to complain about. And one of the things that I love about what Tiffany has done, being as though I think the first day we met in LinkedIn, you were like, I'm thinking about, the business and how I want it to run and how I want to connect with people. And you have experience in your background. So we were able to meet Tiffany and network with her that first time. But since then, we have found a lot of opportunity with collaborating with each other and continuing to network. So one of the things that I always love about our connections here is that we get to do things like this. Because we are showing up every single day in our community, y'all, because we're all about women into networking, we get to actually see ourselves not only prosper at a certain point of our business, but grow from the beginning stages. I want to talk about Tiffany's growth because I know, like, and I only want to bring this up not because I'm trying to, like, make her feel uncomfortable or anything like that, but when you see it from the outside looking in, it's so important to kind of, we're all growing every single day, but when you show up for yourself every day, you grow even quicker. And I remember Tiffany meeting you on LinkedIn, and then all of a sudden she was like, "I'm outside. I'm recruiting people for my business. If you want somebody for an event planner, shout out." What was that like for you?
So I think the importance is mind you, I have a lot of experience in events, mainly corporate planning. So when I'm talking about large events, large budgets, and I can do events seamlessly. Now that I am on my own, independent, the hustle is real, right? So I think I stumbled on a group. I was on LinkedIn and I stumbled into LinkedIn Audio, and I instantly felt supported. Like, these women didn't even know me, and they were like, just do it. And so I started just doing stuff. I was like, I got this event checklist. Y'all see it? They downloaded it. So I felt, because, not just the support, but it was the action. It's one thing for people to say, oh, yeah, that's great. Or, I'll share it. They were downloading my check. So it was just making me feel like I can keep going. And it gave me the confidence to just lean in on my own, and I don't know if you know how hard it is to go from, a W-2 corporate job where people are, you just trading your time for money to going out on your own. Okay, that's different. And so that support is just vital. And I've from day one felt it here. And every week I would come back, hey y'all, guess what I did? Hey y'all. And it was always this cheerleading, this support, but it was it was strategic. They were like, okay, keep going. Oh, you got your processes, or what about your funnels, or just do it. So it was great for me to, I didn't have to question myself, or it alleviated that self-doubt because I knew I had people on my back. They're like, oh, share it in the group, share that link, make sure you share it. Not all groups do that. Some groups are just like, me, buy my product, buy this, buy this. Don't share anything because you're self-promoting. Allegra was like, if you don't promote that in the group.
Yep.
So I loved it from day one. But I want to go back to this conference because if we did that, I mean, because that was just, online. Imagine what we're going to do in person, y'all. I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. And the thing about it is that, like, hearing the story from Tiffany's point of view, y'all listen, like, we all need encouragement. Like, no one's exempt. And what's really funny about it too is that everyone is great at what they can do. Like, if no one's limited, right? You limit yourself. But when Tiffany showed up, she was like, I'm gonna keep coming back. I'm gonna keep coming back.
Right.
Here we are.
Right.
3 months later. And here's what's so fun about this. Tiffany is going to upload these photos and that we took from this walkthrough. It was an amazing time. We're here at the Marriott in Buckhead. This is where we're going to have the conference this year. We want to make sure that you all get that preemptive stage of what's happening before we launch it for you to get your spots, right? We have negotiated some amazing things. Okay, when I say negotiated, I mean Tiffany was asking questions I would have never ever thought to ask.
Get y'all an event professional before you start doing these, because, and another thing too is what we're not going to do is overpay and we are going to get stuff from them. Okay, we want this. Allegra was asking for the moon and the stars. She said we want this entire hallway to say WIN. I was like, Allegra, this is a big hotel with others. She's like, what's that got to do with us? So we are going to be branded from the moment you walk in. You're going to know who's here. And that's something that I had to be like, okay, let me fall back. But yeah, it's a lot. And I just want to say, shout out, hey, Ari, because, she's on the planning committee. And y'all, this is something you are not going to miss. I'm so excited about this.
Yeah, Ari has always been able to jump in, and this is her committee, right? She's been able to really push forward the momentum of driving, the force of, hey guys, we got to keep on schedule. Hey y'all, we have some things to plan out and some things to talk about. Also, right, we've been planning this since from last year. So we didn't really start picking up momentum until Tiffany came on board. So we pretty much have our pack together. I think we were like, anybody want to help us? And we're like, nah, we just push forward.
Yeah.
And I think that, Tiffany, first of all, the questions that she asked, like I said, y'all, like she said, I did ask for the sun, moon, and the stars. And Tiffany was like, if that's what you want, you can have it. I like Tiffany.
So here's the thing. The entire hotel knows what type of event we got. Okay, so they are making concessions. They know it is going to be top level. This isn't a simple social group. So they are bringing in the red carpet for us. Why? Because we gave them the expectation. This is this type of group. They are so supportive. We were very strategic in this hotel, y'all. I went out and searched for properties. Allegra was on the ground. She, toured some places. But in the end, this property supports us, supports the mission, and making sure, they were suggesting things. So when I tell you this was very strategic about picking this particular hotel, and if y'all know Allegra, she don't do anything regular. I'm going to just put it at that. She don't do anything regular. So when you come to this hotel, it's anything but. Okay, we toured everything, the rooms, the space. When I tell you, it's going to be like none other. And I've done many of it to hotels. This is
but see, here, Tiffany, to your point though, listen, she's talking about the hotel itself. So this is our first time getting together from around the world, y'all. Like, y'all have to get, like, this is why we're doing it so early on, because there are people from last year that are like, well, where do I get my ticket? But we have to make sure that this experience is curated in a way where you are getting the best. And you know how we do in our community. We only want the best for you. We only want the best for us. And one of the things that I said to Tiffany when I first saw this hotel, I was like, oh wait, we're right across the street from one of the luxury malls here in Atlanta. Okay, so I was like, I can literally walk to the mall and I can go into, I don't know if they still have the Bulgari store up there, but I know they have the Tiffany store in there. I know they have a lot of my favorite stores. Of course, you gotta get some Starbucks. But when you are able to go out of town or be in town even, right? Have a staycation, experience things like walk across the street and just take a walk throughout the mall and really have that time while you're here at the conference. Right, we're going to learn, we're going to grow, we're going to have wonderful breakout sessions for you. We're going to have, of course, you're going to be able to eat really good. We saw everything, so we know the food is good. And
the
so
service, y'all, the service, impeccable. From the moment you step on this property, they have someone outside saying hello to you. Okay,
opening your door.
Yeah, it's from the start, from the beginning, and just walking in, you're gonna feel VIP-ish. Let's put it that way, right?
It don't have no H on it. It's VIP.
I know. I was like, why did I say it?
Because you try to be nice to people who don't want to be too bougie.
Yeah,
but listen,
the VIP treatment.
We're super bougie, and one of the things that we did ask for that we couldn't get, y'all, which I was like, okay, because they gave us so much more than I could even have imagined, right? I was asking for us to do get this whole patio area, y'all. And when you first walk into the hotel, there's this beautiful area in the front where you can kind of stand outside the patio. They have these heaters out there, and we were like, let's do the welcome party here, let's do the welcome mixer here. They were like, nope. And they said, well, can we do it in the restaurant? Like, nope. But here's the thing, that was the only no I got today. And
honestly, okay, and I didn't want to put it out there, but honestly, that's a good thing, because she wanted it outside. But let me tell you, we weren't going to be private. It was going to be people off the streets, all in our business, because it's a nice patio to have lunch. But we want private, we want luxury. Yeah. We couldn't do what we needed to do on that patio. So I'm actually glad we got that.
Yeah, I am too. But the place that we do have it is actually really nice.
It really is. And we're going to bring things in to make it even nicer. We're going to elevate it where it's just, because I asked that too, remember? Yeah. I was like, we can bring in our own people.
Yeah.
And she was, we had a brother giving us a tour, and Allegra made it known, women owned. We were bringing in women owned vendors, women owned services. So he already knows.
They already know.
Yes.
Everyone knows. We actually met more of the staff as we were leaving, and we had some more networking to do. Didn't even know that we had more networking to do. So we're getting to know everyone here. Okay, we're gonna know the staff and support teams. What I do want to say too is that I'm just going to kind of tone it down here, because I know that we have some breakout rooms. We also have other rooms where we're going to do, our panelists there, so you get to see us really in action, speak to our panelists, hear some of the things that we have for you. We also are going to have the vending room. So there's an actual room that we have set up for you vendors. So for all of the women who have come out and shown interest, right? If you have been setting up vending tables throughout the year, practicing this thing, right? Getting your skills up. Now you can take your sales pitches and you take all your products and services and bring it here as a vendor. And we only have limited spots available for that. I think we only set 20 a day that we would be able to do that. And we have 2 days for vendors. So if you're interested in that, that's something that you need to lock in now. You can start talking to us about it now.
Immediately.
I want to be featured there. I want to be one of those vendors in that spot, because when we were talking about it, Tiffany, we were saying well, maybe we can have the vendors, or for just the 1 day. And I'm like, no, we have vendors for that 1 day, and you have different vendors for the next day, because there's so many of you that have seen each other in community. But how many of you have seen each other's products and services? How have you touched each other's things? Have you really seen what it is that person does? So this will be the opportunity to get a lot closer. And then I also want to talk about what's outside of the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Did I cover? I know I didn't cover everything inside the hotel, because there's a lot, but just for the sake of time. Okay, because I talked about the mall.
You did.
I talked about the outdoor place. There's grocery shopping nearby at Publix and Target. There's also restaurants.
Yes. The pool, the fitness center. So we talked about, just, morning and, kind of reset. There's so many different, there's so many activities. And the fact that we got to see the place is gave us more brainstorming to do, honestly.
Yeah.
There's can we talk about the rooms, because that's
Oh
first
God,
coming.
I didn't even talk about the rooms.
Yeah, you're gonna have to grab them quickly because some of the rooms have balconies and patios, and so if you are looking for more of an elevated room, it's basically whoever registers first. Yeah, so I gotta put mine in too.
Tell them you prefer the balcony and the patio. If you do your tickets first, just tell them you prefer that.
And can I talk about, because I'm not from here, okay? I'm not from Atlanta. I'm not used to y'all's heat. But September, I'm excited because it's still going to be nice and brisk.
Yes.
But it's not going to be. So you're going to want to be outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going to want to have that fresh air, but you're not going to die of heat stroke.
I think that's perfect fall weather, right when September hits.
Perfect time.
Perfect fall weather.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the trees in Atlanta around that time, though, I can say, y'all, because you will be in Atlanta if you're not already living here. The trees, one of the things I noticed, I'm from Jersey originally, but when I moved down to Atlanta, all the trees actually, these leaves are plush color autumn. Not like the leaves falling off their tree because they die in that's Jersey style. But we get to see the beautiful colors of the fall. And so I want to, because there's trees all over the place here. I mean, it's very rural and plush here as well, even though it's city, and you just have a lot of things. We're also going to be including, a guide for you all when you get here. There's going to be a bougie bag. We're kind of deciding on where that location is going to be for y'all. But when you come, you'll get the opportunity to see all the things that are going to be happening throughout this event. We'll be explaining that prior to as well. But you'll have a guide. You'll also have a guide to the local venues and things that are happening around the city. You'll have a guide. There will actually be a directory list. I haven't told anybody this, but there's a directory list that's going to be in there so you can know who you're speaking to at the conference. You don't have to talk to everybody and get everybody's business card, right? We're going to have everyone in our guide that are, sponsoring and promoting and putting themselves out there to support this W.I.N mission. So I want to make sure that you all kind of get the scope of what we have in store. You're not going to be lost. You're going to have a map, a guide of the area, so we don't have to call on you and be like, hey, did she ever get back in a hotel? Because even though we are a community that's far and wide, we're still a sisterhood in a way. We have a lot of men that support us at the same time. So we still have to make sure that we're always, mindful about protecting each other, looking after each other, right? Making sure that we kind of look at that as a sisterhood. Doesn't exclude men, and just make sure that we know that we're valuable and precious like diamonds, honey. You don't just throw a diamond anywhere. You got to put it in a nice box. So we have to make sure that we're very safe and secure. And that's something that we are just, really excited about. I think we're planning properly. We're putting the right things in place. I want to thank you, Tiffany, for coming through. She stopped in Atlanta, y'all, just to, walk me through this experience. And I'm just honored.
Yes, we have a better understanding. And I want to say this too, because you talked about sisterhood, community. Our rooms are going to be, we make sure we're going to be together. So when you think about this conference, it's more of a retreat. It's more of you need to, leave all your stuff behind, your worries behind, leave them where they're at home, come here. And, you're going to walk, you're going to see everybody else. You're going to see people and I'm excited too, because I'm only, I got to meet you for the first time, but I'm excited for meeting everyone online in person.
Yeah.
And we're going to be together over that amount of time.
Right.
Rooms, breakouts, all that too. So Allegra is very intentional about, people meeting each other, connecting. So you go into the mall, bring somebody else with you. You go on to dinner, you're doing a breakout, let's get a group together. This will be, I'm just really excited because the events that I've done conference-wise, usually you feel a little detached. This one is very intentional about bringing that community that you love online. It's going to be even better in person.
Yes, I agree with you. So there's so much more that we can probably talk about, but y'all, we'll come back on another live if we have to. But we do have to get out of here. We've had a long morning just to make sure we prepared this for you all. Make sure that you drop your questions. One last thing I do want to say, Tiffany, is that One of the components that I was thinking about as women into networking is we do have families we support. And if you are worried about like, oh, can I bring my family? Can I bring my children? Can I bring my pets? This is a pet-friendly hotel. If you decide to bring your family with you on your vacation to Atlanta while you get some conference and networking in, do what you got to do.
And they'll have plenty to do. We're not stuck on a compound somewhere. They can go, to the mall, have a good time. It's walkable, but then there's places that are accessible, really quick ride. But yeah, I'm glad you said that because I think a lot of people feel, they have obligations at home. But yeah, this is definitely a pet-friendly hotel. Very clean, very
clean,
accommodating.
Yep. So I appreciate that the word bougie. Okay, so I will take whatever comments you have. It's fine. Thank you, Ari, for joining. Appreciate you for all you do for the community as well. Because without the momentum, without the push, just want to thank TC because we don't give her enough credit for being the one to introduce this actual title of an event, not title, but the actual event itself. I remember 2 years ago, TC was like, how am I going to ever meet everybody? You're so far away. She's in the UK. Shout out to the UK. But since we have members all over UK, Canada, United States, and other places we have no idea, I want you all to really pull up and to just, show support to each other because from what TC said, this is really what you need. You need to be connected to community, that in person where you can just put your arm around someone and give them that hug and show love. That is something that is just undeniable. So Tiffany, any final words you have for them?
I think I said them all. Okay. Right? Community support, in person, get your ticket early. I mean, that's pretty much the recap. We're going to compile some things and make sure, I got to do logistics and make sure this contract is right. But as soon as it is, we're going to have a link that you can go ahead and make sure you secure your room. And then I know we're taking care of like the actual event to register. So that'll be coming up soon. But that's all I need to say. I want y'all to get pumped. This is going to be an amazing experience, and I'm excited to be a part of it. So I appreciate you bringing me on. You're like, hey, and recognizing my experience and just saying, hey, we got you. So yeah. I love working on this project. Again, I got to say shout out to Ari again because she's literally the backbone from this planning committee. Yes. She keeps me in line with these bi-monthly meetings and we, recap. So girl, I'm excited to, get on the call on Friday with you and give you the recap. So that's all I have to say. Okay. Well, y'all connect with Tiffany if you need your event planning needs because she is really, really taking us to the moon and back. And I just really appreciate her. And you may need that support as well. She's always taking clients, I'm sure. Just don't overwhelm her because she's working on my project first. Okay. Just saying. All right, y'all. I love you all. Have an amazing day. We'll see y'all later in the WIN community. Bye.